Hello and welcome to a brand new Minecraft series I'd like to start today called Minecraft Through the Ages. Now, anyone who knows much about Minecraft knows the game has been out for quite a while. I believe the games came out 2009, I want to say. And I picked up the game in 2010 in the version that we are currently running in Alpha 1.2.6. Now, the premise of this series is we will be starting in the first version of Minecraft that I have personally played on. Anything before this, I have played, but it's just going back to play it. It's nothing that I played at the time. But we'll be starting when I started playing Minecraft back in 1.2.6 when I picked up the game for, I want to say $2.50 or maybe even $5. I'm not sure if it had doubled in price yet. But each big iteration, it doubled in price. So you got in early, you got it for almost free, basically. The first version was like, I think $2.50. What a steal. I think I got it for $5. Don't quote me on that because I think it was like €7 or something. It hadn't been translated yet into American dollars. But let's get started. Now, you notice a bit of a difference here. You used to only be able to have 5 worlds. You also didn't used to be able to name your worlds. It kind of helped, honestly, for organization because you just chose a world slot and remembered a number that was associated with that world. So we'll be just going ahead and spawning a world in on World 1, the first slot. Okay. This is a fantastic start. Wow. I can build like so close to spawn because like the stuff around spawn looks really, really nice. All right, let's go ahead and get started. As anyone who's played Minecraft knows, step 1 is to punch trees. Now, the idea so far of the series is I'm starting on Alpha 1.2.6. And every session, which I normally batch record so I can like do a few videos at a time. And every session will move forward a version. Not necessarily an update, a version. So we're on 1.2.6, so the next one will be on the most recent version of beta 1.0. That I'm pretty sure it's beta 1.0_1, but don't quote me on that. Also, interesting. This is something that we'll come back to do that later. There was a lot of bugs early on in the leaf degeneration, leaf decay. There was a lot of bugs in the early on leaf decay, so it was added in, removed, added in, removed, added in, removed. And the problem with that is you had to punch out the trees. Actually, it might be in this version you have to punch the tree to start the decay. We're gonna go back and look at that other tree. You might have to punch out a leaf to start the decay. I remember there was at least a version that was like that. Any decay? No. So it's still at the point where you have to punch the leaves out. Now let's try to get a sapling. I'd like to get a sapling. This kind of made the game a bit slower. It kind of helped add to the pace, honestly. This is my first real video where I can just kind of talk. This is my 3rd video since I have rebranded the channel, and this is a stingy fucking tree. But this is my 3rd video since the rebrand. The Isaac video, I'll admit, I was dead. I was dead tired. Hopefully we can get at least a sapling. I mean, it's not too big of a deal if we don't. Okay, we got at least 1. So we can make more tree. But in the Isaac video, I was half asleep. I just kind of, I rebranded the channel and I was tired of having no videos. So I'm like, okay, I need to upload something. And I didn't really plan much for it. It was just, yeah, let's play some Binding of Isaac. I play that game quite a bit. I'm toting 176 or 77 hours. I know there's people out there with thousands, but that's the highest game on my Steam library currently. I know everybody out there has, like, games higher than me. I don't really play Steam that much. My PC gaming comes in with games like World of Warcraft. And, well, recently I picked up Dota. And, like, I haven't started playing it, to be honest. I'm kind of intimidated by the game. I know that it's kind of pathetic. It's just a video game. Don't be intimidated by it. If anything, the community will end up helping me, probably. Because on WoW, okay, that's a good example. I started a holy priest recently. Now, for anybody who doesn't know WoW, priests are... well, most classes have 3 specializations. And within each specialization, barring, I believe, warrior and druid, both have 4 specializations. But the 3 specializations are unique to each class. For example, the priest I was playing, the 3 specializations I could choose from were holy, discipline, or shadow. Now, I like priests. I've played a shadow priest many a time. From back when I had a WoW starter account to now when I actually have paid WoW. Which honestly, if you play the starter and you enjoy the first 20 levels, it only gets better from there. So you might as well get the full game at that point. The game's $20 and then $15 a month. Now it seems steep, but if you look at an average paycheck, like I worked in a restaurant for a while. I worked as a dishwasher. Not exactly a high-paying job, but I made. It was a high school job. I literally made minimum wage, and I worked like 11.5 hours a week, and that was more than enough money to afford World of Warcraft. Because I was making $150 every 2 weeks, which is not much at all. I know people my age now, which I'm 19. I fresh out of high school last May, looking for a job, transferring schools. That's why I'm not in school currently. But I know people that are making more now than I did then a week. And that was what I was making every 2 weeks. So, thinking about it, it's not really that bad, to be honest. It could be much worse. Actually, I'd like to have a little window there so I can see what time it is. So you kind of think about it based off like average pay that people are getting. So as long as you make minimum wage, you have to work for 3-ish hours a month. Let's say 5 hours a month even. You have to work 5 hours a month so that you can afford to drive to work and pay for WoW, assuming that you don't have any other bills. Now, I could understand if WoW starts to get a bit pricey for some people if they have other bills. That's a different story. When you're living paycheck to paycheck, I can understand it would be difficult. I don't understand how it feels, to be honest, because I live at home currently because I'm an unemployed slob. But hey, I'm 19. I'm between high school and college. I did a semester already at... I don't care to say where I went. I went to Vincent's University. Nobody knows where that is. I guarantee it. And if you do, you probably know me. But I went there for a semester and absolutely hated it. Now, I've grown up in a rural environment, but I've never enjoyed the rural environment. I like the city. So I needed to be in a bigger place, a bigger city, more people. I just don't like being like one of a few people in a room. It's always felt mega awkward to me unless I know everyone in the room very well. Which, to be fair, you have to kind of be alone with people to really get to know them. Just gonna get some sand for some glass. I got too much. I just wanted 1 coal's worth. 1 coal cooks 8. Now, Oh! Okay. You will be missed. Let's clear out these flowers. And right there where that cow fell, we're gonna put that red rose. Do I have any dirt? Just make this area look a bit nicer. I mean, you might as well. Now you guys are gonna have to help me with volume. I mean, I can do my best to edit it as well as I can, but I am no professional editor by any stretch of the imagination. So if it's too loud, too quiet, feedback would be very much appreciated. And if I get a couple of views, I check analytics and see people are watching at least most of the video. At this point, we're not that far into the video, so I will be very disappointed. You know, honestly, the best way to do this I've found is just ignore the floating trees and burn the fuck out of them. Just get yourself a few saplings and just burn them down. So we're going to do that. Let's go ahead and hide in here for a bit. Oh, wait. I went out to cut down a tree. I want at least 8 wood. Let's cut down a couple more. Risk it. Okay, so back to my story. I was going to a school for business management. I thought, hey, let's open a bar. That sounds absolutely fantastic. It would be not too difficult. I mean, it'd be difficult to balance both my own budget and a business's budget, but I'd be my own boss. I'd set my own hours. It would be much easier to work YouTube around than most occupations I was thinking of. But really, when you think about it, your YouTube YouTube can work around. That is interesting. Charcoal does not exist yet. All right, cool. We kind of have to just stay here. Might as well make torches. We can expand some. But I was going for business management to open a bar. Just going to a kind of crappy school, to be honest, to get a 2-year degree in business management so that I could open a bar and understand how to run a business a bit better than just somebody going into it blind. Cool. Great. Now, the problem is the stuff that went into it. Like, I understood to be a lot of work. So it's not like, oh, I found out I had to do so much stuff that I didn't think I would have to do. No, I understood it was going to be a lot of work to run a business. Oh, you do not open, you fucker. But what I found out was the stuff and finding out what I had to do, none of it interested me. And I was in a mind, I was stuck thinking, okay, if I do this, I'm going to wake up every morning and be bummed that I have to go into work. And no one should have to deal with that. That's something you shouldn't ever have to deal with. I want to wake up every morning before work and say, yes, I get to go into work today. And be excited. So, I'm transferring. I'm transferring to a big enough school. I'm perfectly willing to tell you what school I'm transferring to as well. You're not gonna find me there. I doubt. Good luck, I guess. Not really that nervous. But I'm now transferring to Indiana University, Purdue University, something. I don't know what the I stands for. It's IUPUI. And there, I'm kind of tossing back and forth a couple of better ideas that would suit me better. Now, it would be harder to work a YouTube schedule around, but, I mean, it can be done. I'm looking at getting a degree in physics or possibly a degree in chemistry because they both really interest me. So, for anybody wondering why I'm 19 and it's February and I'm not in school, that's why. I'm between school. I'm in the process of transferring. And normally, transferring is just, oh yes, sign the papers and you're golden. Rework your financial aid, not really that big of a problem. But the issue is the time at which the transfer kind of took place. I need at least 4 smooth stone. Let's make 8. Smooth stone's it, yeah. So we can fill in that hole. But, yes, I'm between school because I missed the sign-up date. Kind of unfortunate, but things happen. I'll get everything squared away. And I hope you all enjoyed. That will wrap up this episode. Now, like I said, I do things in batches. So it won't change next episode. It'll change the next sitting I do. I am going to do, I'm going to try to remember to do a bit of an outro at the end of each video. Kind of cut it after, about a Minecraft day. And then start the next one as the sun's coming up sort of thing. But it'll get easier once beds are implemented. So that way I can just, go up until nighttime, sleep, cut, come back in when I'm awake. That'll make my editing a whole lot easier. But I really hope you enjoyed. We have survived the first night, which is one of the most difficult aspects of the game currently. We are playing on normal. You can see my graphics settings. There's not that many yet. We're playing on normal, so didn't really have anything to fight yet. But I hope you guys all enjoyed, and I will see you later.